the main thing for me and the expectation for me this season really is that I just want to enjoy watching United again.
Double A, talk to us. How was that atmosphere at Old Trafford, and what did you find special more than anything at Old Trafford this week?
Yeah, so I've been quite confident all week over shows I've done. All week I've said I was confident United would win, and I said 2-1 as well. I don't normally do score predictions, but I was nailed down on one show, so I did say 2-1. I don't know. I think it's one of those where after Brentford, United could not get any lower. You know, they were on the floor. It couldn't get any worse. And we was expected to get beat. I know people were 4-0, 5-0 to Liverpool and stuff like this. And the main reason why I think United were going to win, and I think it's they need. I was one of them, but they need to really be sort of congratulated and thanked for their support is the Old Trafford crowd, because they were unreal. Like, the only time I can compare the atmosphere on Monday to any other time I've been to Old Trafford was back in the Moyes season. We got beat by Liverpool and City back to back at home 3-0. And they sang throughout, regardless of what was happening on the pitch. The crowd was singing "We'll Never Die" 20 times, Man United. Every song you can think of, fully supporting the team. And I knew Old Trafford would do the same, but it wasn't in support of the players. It's not in support of the club and how they're being run. It was in defiance of that. It's to show that, yes, players will come and go. Yes, owners will come and go, but we will always still be here. And as the song goes, we will never die. And you know, there's a stigma about United fans not from Manchester, day trippers, you know, glory hunters, whatever. The core being of a Man United fan is we love that club, and no matter what they put us through, we will always be here. And I think that epitomised what you saw on Monday. And I think it gave the players an extra 20-30% on the pitch. I think they fed off that. And from early, I think we saw that Manchester United were going to win. That first half was unbelievable for me, and I'm just glad it's going to hopefully kickstart our season. I'm not looking beyond that. We're not getting top 4 now. I'm not saying going to challenge, but to get one over Liverpool, and especially a Liverpool team that everyone, you know, claims is the best it's ever been in the Premier League. You know, certain players there. It's just amazing that we've shown that we can play this kind of football under Ten Hag and get a result against a big team and a rival that, you know, put 9 past us last season.
And the fact that Ten Hag has had to deal with these problems going into the season that weren't even his problems to deal with, the ownership, the dead weight that we've had at the squad for quite a while now as well, getting rid of players who don't seem to want to leave, and or people can't afford their wages as well, the likes of Phil Jones, the likes of Luke Shaw, the likes of Harry Maguire on extortionate wages. But are they any better than some of the players that were on the bench, or even like on Monday, Varane and Martinez was an assured partnership, and I hadn't seen that at Old Trafford for a good couple of years now as well. Second season, Van Gaal, Blind and Smalling for a bit, they were a good partnership. But realistically speaking, it's been a while since we've had a nailed down back four for a while, and I think that's been a big thing that Manchester United really needs going into the season as well, having an established team, but most importantly, an established back four, in my opinion, as well. Lewis, I wanted to bring you in on this as well. What can you kind of see from the outside that you think Man United definitely need to improve on, or have improved on since Ten Hag's been in?
Okay, we'll start with what they could improve on. I think the goalkeeping situation's a nightmare at United, personally, from like an outside looking in. I think Henderson's a great keeper, and he's kind of been like, well, dicked about really as in his United career, and obviously he's smashing it at Forest at the moment, and De Gea is obviously divides opinion with the fan base. But I think that's been handled pretty poorly. I think the Ronaldo thing, if we're talking about good stuff, I think he's handled that great, to be honest with you, because he said we don't want to lose him, even though Ronaldo's basically been saying I want to leave, I want to do this, I want to play at the highest possible level. And Ten Hag's just like, no, we want to keep him, but we don't rely on him, which I think is the perfect stance. Because what's he meant to say? Oh, we're getting rid of Ronaldo, and then immediately his value is half. You want to get rid of him, and then he wants to go as well. It suits nobody but the buyer, so I think he's done that really well. And United, I think the target needs to be top four. I think that's got to be the realistic target, because I think other than City and Liverpool, no one's challenging for the title. Forget Tottenham, forget Arsenal. Arsenal don't play a good team till October. If you look at the fixtures, Arsenal are Arsenal, Spurs are Spurs. You can't change DNA, and that's how we get onto United. Like I said, I think top four has to be the realistic thing, because if you look at that squad, they've added Casemiro to it now. You're probably going to add Anthony to it, because Chelsea speaking to Ajax about giving them Hakim Ziyech back. So that's looking like that's going to happen. I think top four's the ambition, because you've got better squads than Spurs, you've got better squads than Arsenal, because you've got world-class players that are just a shell of themselves, and now it's Ten Hag's job to get them back. And I think he's slowly but surely putting his own little print on that team. And I think they'll be there or thereabouts, but I think it's baby steps to United. I think that's the thing in the past. It's been like 0 to 100. So I think Ten Hag's doing the right thing. He's taking baby steps, and I think he's doing the right things. Well, mostly anyway.
With Henderson, for me, I don't think the problem is with Henderson is obviously he was promised a lot, and I get he was let down by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But for me, you can't come into a club at Manchester United after one good season at Sheffield United and then expect to be the number one. You're not number one for your country. You know, you needed to play the long game, and I understand. You know, De Gea went and had a child and lost his place. Henderson pretty much stayed in for the rest of the season, and you know, and it worked. But he has to work vice versa. He has to work the other way around. And he had COVID at the start of last season. De Gea came in and performed well, so he deserved to keep his place. The problem is, and it's widely known, he's one of the leaks. He's one. You know, he's not happy. He's not getting game time, so he's leaking everything, and that's not got the fans aren't going to warm to you in that case. Yes, he has a sort of a cult following within Manchester United the fan base, as does De Gea. But there's those like me that don't want either of them. Like I love De Gea. Don't get me wrong. He's been an absolute legend of the club. He's played for a long time, but the game unfortunately has moved on. You know, you saw it with Man City with Joe Hart. Pep came in straight away. He's not for me. Yes, De Gea's given it a go, but I think you can see the deficiencies in his game that won't allow him, or you know, is stopping him from actually being the type of goalkeeper that Erik Ten Hag wants. But then again, I don't think Dean Henderson really has the mentality. He may have some of the skill set that he wants, and he probably could progress, but I don't think he has the mentality. I think he's quite weak mentally, because you know he's putting stuff out in the press about us. Can't wait to play against us and show us and all. And you know, if you're still employed by the club, you don't say those things, do you? You say you go on a positive. You say, you know, I'm looking forward to showing that I can come back and be the number one when I come back, and show that I can do it in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest and stuff. But you can tell it's twinged with a bit of, yeah, I'll show you. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, there's a bit of negativity there, and he's gutted he can't play against us, this and this. So for me, I'd get rid of both of them. I think, you know, we do need to bring another keeper in, most definitely. And with what you're saying, you know, top four should be the minimum we expect. But I think that's always the case for Manchester United. You know, I would never celebrate top four, because I think we should be in the Champions League with you know, the biggest club in the country. We should be there or thereabouts. And obviously, for whatever reason, whatever's gone wrong has gone wrong. We're not got off to a great start, but now it's on the players, because the problem some of them might have, and especially the weak-minded ones, is that's the Monday night is now the standard, because you've shown you can do it. You can show you can do it against one of the top two teams in the country, form or not. So now, when you don't do that, we want to know why, because there's no excuses anymore, because you've got behind a manager, whether it was he's ringed the two big players that were missing in the back. Are they the reason? We'll see on Saturday if they miss again and we get a result against Southampton. But I'm just excited to see where Erik Ten Hag can take us now. I'm not expecting too much. There's still going to be bumps in the road. The main thing for me, and the expectation for me this season, really, is that I just want to enjoy watching United again, because it's been a long time since I've been able to do that. It's been a bit of a slog supporting Manchester United for a couple of years now, and I want to just be able to go, you know, watch my team and come away happy again, like I did on Monday night. And as long as I can do that more often than not, we'll see where it goes. But that's the main thing for me this season.